All right, so today's video, we are going to be doing a Where Are They Now? For anybody new to the Where Are They Now series, we have to be watching somebody we watched previously. In this case, it's somebody that we watched 11 months ago, and we see their progress, and then we have to guess what rank they're at now in comparison to before. So previously, they were a Bronze 1 support on console that we watched 11 months ago. We'll have the link to the previous video in the description. This was the person who started out on BAP, then once they saw their other support play in DPS Moira, they decided to take Moira from them, but then ended up DPSing just as hard. So it ended up being one of those situations where they kind of like thought it was the other teammate, did this, switched to that, etc., and basically didn't go as well as it could have. So they say hello. So shortly after your feedback 11 months ago, I decided to take a break from support and play DPS for a while. Something that I noticed was that I got my supports killed a lot if they tried to chase me into bad positioning. After this latest season reset, I decided to try support again. I started playing heroes like Ana and Illari, where I could stay back a bit and not be right in the thick of things. I also began learning Kiriko because her ultimate is so good. My win rates were much better on Ana and Illari than they were on Moira. Now, the other thing I did was turn off team and match chat. I really think that was the biggest help. When I'm free to make my own decisions and I'm not being flamed or told what to do in chat, which you will find that a lot of people will tell you what to do even if they don't play your role. I see that I'm way less indecisive and I'm not stressing myself out. I am worried that I am not doing enough for my team from the backline. I feel at times like I am being too timid and should be a bit more aggressive with my plays. I don't want to be carried. I want to pull my weight. I decided to choose the same map as my initial video, though no DPS Moira in this time and definitely no blame in my other support. I feel like my whole team did their best, and the other supports were amazing. So am I being carried? Am I being too passive in my plays? I'm open to any and all criticisms. So let's find out, and once again, chat, we will guess the new rank after this game. Here we go. We put a pylon up. That's a good start. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I forgot that the health bar is in here, so I might miss a little bit of health bar stuff. There's a recent bug they added to the Spectator view where I can't really see the like the health bar on the Arista version. See that? So how many hours left of the next season? I don't know, a little bit over 24. So far, so good. Nothing's really shifted. Like, or you haven't done anything really terrible to start here. So how did that happen? Oh, you must have gotten pulled by the knife. I was like, what the heck just happened? One thing I don't like about this is I can't see HP. Ugh. Remember, you have really good peel and as a Yari, so just remember to really use that AoE like boop like very well against the queen. Like, the queen's gonna push into you, so you want to make sure that you help with that, right? Like, that's not gonna. Now you're just hitting buttons. Yeah, the left click spam. Yeah, because obviously the more damage you do. Oh, I'll give it more time. I was thinking maybe it was just because of the way the team fight was going. That's kind of on your Orisa, and you're also... Two things are happening. One, your Orisa's playing pretty aggro, but you're playing pretty passive, and that's something that you mentioned. Number two, remember when you're shooting your shots, that little bar underneath is actually the reset timer on like being able to do maximum damage. So stop just like shooting like tapping your shots over and over again as a Yari. You'll benefit a little bit more when that little resource bar, if you see where my mouse is, this resource bar, it will fill up. And then that's when you can get back to maximum on that one. There's probably some min-max you can do, but stop just going left click. See that right there? Stop doing that. Yeah, no, don't do that. Stop. Let it reset. Let it reset. Oh, no. Yeah, so you said the minimum shot's 20 damage and filling it all the way up is 70 damage. So for every 3 shots, you're still doing 10 less damage than you would do than if you just let it charge up. Now, obviously, there's going to be moments where if they're really low HP, you go for the kill there, but yeah, you don't want to get in the habit of that. Let that resource bar get at least close to full. Yeah, the health bar thing is just it's a tough glitch because, like, obviously I want to be able to see what their tank's HP in front of them is, but it is what it is, and we'll just learn off of this and try my best to see what's going on. One thing's for sure, I don't need health bars to see that their tank's aggro. Yeah, I mean, I like that aggressive play by you. I like the idea of that. Now you're doing, yeah, you're playing too safe again. It's the same thing. So, you are right in assessing that your gameplay's a little bit too safe. That's like the second time that I see you just default to back away no matter what happens. Like, listen, if your teammates are going to go in there, And I know there's a Junkrat, like, there's not even your Junkrat tire. It's like their abilities. Like, it's like you're tired. I know there's a Bob there, but like, you can play angles to heal your Zarya and be fine. More than likely, you're not going to be the one that's getting attacked by the Bob anyway. I think sometimes people think that the Bob is going to be on them. And usually, I don't know if, and this is something they changed a little bit ago. I don't remember when. Maybe it was like a year ago. Maybe it was like 6 months ago. But a lot of the time, if the Ashe isn't shooting at you, the Bob probably won't be shooting at you. And you go, well, what do you mean? Well, they made a change where whoever Ashe is on becomes Bob's priority. Does that make sense? So, like, if you're not getting shot at by Bob right away, and your teammates are alive, and you don't see the Ashe shooting at you, there's a pretty good chance that you're not going to get shot at by the Bob. So rather than just like run away and not heal your Zarya, like you can give your Zarya the opportunity to survive and win this. And the next thing you know, there's a chance you just win the team fight. Instead, you just default to run away. You default to run away, right? So you are right in assessing the idea that you're playing maybe a little bit too fast. I can see it. Get out of there, by the way. Don't. And let's get in the habit of letting your shots charge up. You're going to do a bit more damage over if you do that. So the DPS minimum charge is 40 DPS and the max charge is 77. Ah, okay, so it's about double the DPS? Yeah, so we're getting different numbers now? Okay. It's 40 DPS and max charge is 77, or 31 and 68 while reloading, so about double? Yeah, so it's double DPS. That makes sense, yeah. There you go. So if we have any, like, conflicting numbers on there, we're just reading off of chat, and so you can let me know. But yeah, don't do that. Basically, don't do this, though. Stop just, like, shooting at that. Like, don't do that. Don't spam shots. Right. Rough start so far. I mean, this actually really is just a synergy thing. You have an aggressive tank and you're a passive Illari. Which, I mean, keep in mind, I don't think, like, Illari's really meant to be a support to be able to keep the tank alive, but the whole time, because you just run out of resources unless your pylon is, like, on them the whole time. But as you can see, like, that's an opportunity right there where I feel like you can heal your Zarya, and you're just more worried about everything else than, like, your Zarya. So, this is one of those, like, kind of, like, hand-in-hand things where you need to adjust your playstyle based off of how they're playing. So maybe this change to Kiriko will be good, because now you can, like, help your healer. I mean, you can help, like, heal your Zarya a little bit more, because your Zarya, once again, is playing aggressive. Which means that unless your Zarya stops playing aggro, you now are playing aggro. That's it. Like, you can't... You'll just end up losing if you just, like, if your Zarya keeps running in and your team doesn't adapt to that playstyle shit. So. Yep. It's okay, though. Here's the good news. Now for people that didn't like the Illari spam. Yeah, see what I mean, though? Like, what do you... Why? Look at this. Like, look at this. Look at the distance between you and the Zarya. Let me give you kind of a little bit of, like, a tip here, because I think this is a part of the problem. Is you're playing Kiriko, right? Here's your Kiriko. You're all the way back here, right? This is way too safe. You go, well, what if they shoot at me? Then teleport back to your Junkrat. Look at it. You have a Junkrat right there. Like, you have outs when you play Kiriko, so stop playing back here. Now, I imagine you'll probably adjust your positioning because your Zarya certainly isn't. So you need to definitely play closer. And you were right. I mean, you did say it. You felt like you play way too passive, and honestly, we're seeing it. Like, right now, like, there's no reason why you should be backing up. Like, if your teammates aren't, then you be right there with them. Okay, here you go. Yeah, they did say they like playing... Once again, your Zarya is playing aggro, which means that you need to be more aggressive with everything that you do. So, like, you're just waiting. You're just like, okay, I want you to play the style that I'm playing right now, and if they don't, then you're not going to use your abilities quick enough. You're not going to be there to heal them quick enough. That Zarya should have been cleansed 2 seconds prior, once you see their HP get low. Obviously, it's a little bit harder for me to make the call all the time because I'm just missing the HP because of the bug, but, like, it became obvious they were taking a lot of damage. Everybody else is up there except you. That's the... Okay. You have grab. Remember, play with your team. Play with your team. A little bit further up. Yep. Okay, let's just... See, like, and this is what happens, by the way. Is a lot of people will play, like, really passive like this, and then no matter what they do, they still would get rolled either way. Like, you see how if your whole team wants to play passive, fine. But you just need to change the pace of your team. 1 second. And thank you, chat. What rank is this? We don't know yet. I have to guess. Basically, you have 3, possibly 4 teammates who want to play up, and then you have you who wants to play back. I always say, one of the best things you can do at Overwatch is start to shift the pace of how you play based on how your team plays. Because unless you're playing in a 5-stack every single game, the way that your teammates are going to play is very different. Also, you should pop your ultimate right away. It doesn't matter anyway. Sorry, I got off the point. But one thing I always say is that, like, playing at the pace of your team is a lot better. Because unless you're playing with the same 5-stack every game, the way that your teammates play is going to be different. So you need to make those, you need to adapt your play style based off of how they play every single game, right? Otherwise, you can get stuck in, like, this loop of, you have great games where you have like a passive team that plays your play style, and then when you have an aggressive team, you don't know how to play around that, and then you just lose because you're playing too aggressive. Now, Ana allows your positioning to be a little bit safer, so maybe this is the correct pick for you. Because on Illari and Kiriko, at least in my opinion, you were not playing the way that you wanted to play that. So now you're on Ana, so maybe this will be a little bit better of a pick for you. It amazes me that... Okay. This is the part I don't get. How do we... Okay, first of all, ended up being a good play, and I'm glad that you started to play aggressive. But do you see the difference between you playing Ana aggressively? It felt like you were playing the heroes the wrong way. Like you were playing Kiriko and Illari like you were playing Ana, and then you were playing Ana like you should play Kiriko and Illari. You get what I'm saying? Like that's like what you just did on Ana is exactly what we want to do on those heroes. But on Ana, you did what you're supposed to do on those heroes. That's why I was confused. I'm like, huh? On Ana? Well, rank? We'll guess the rank at the end. I'm not sure what I'm leaning towards yet. I don't know yet.
Hold on, reloading.
Okay, so what's the... I mean, you're in decent position, so that's better than nothing. This is good positioning, by the way, for Ana. For anybody wondering, you're at a spot where they can't kill you. If your teammates overextend, it's on them. And you can heal most of your aggressive teammates unless they don't push back to the corner. That's good. I can't see what this HP is on this. This is the worst part of this.
I see you.
You can nano your Imatra if you want to because they're close to their ult. So don't be afraid to nano your Imatra. Holy crap, that took forever to get to 100%. That was the longest 99% on Ana I've ever seen. Great nano, though. Good idea. Yeah, it feels like Ana fits your playstyle a bit more. Because when you're on Ana, you don't necessarily need to be aggressive up there. I feel like the #1 advice I'm going to have for you on Kiriko and Illari is that you need to learn to play more aggro. As Ana, it's okay to play further back, right? Like, you don't have to worry about... You don't need to be up there, right? You can heal your aggressive teammates as long as you're willing to, like, change your angle. You don't need to be next to them. So maybe Ana kind of fits more of what your playstyle is and can help you. But it very much seems like you like the idea of playing Ana and Kiriko, and it's something you're working on. So I really think a playstyle adjustment on those heroes will help you greatly. Like, I think it will help you a lot, because you clearly can make some plays. It's just you need to be able to make them in the correct way. And it felt like when you're on those heroes, you just were so passive. Which is the way you said. I mean, you did have an idea that you needed to adjust that playstyle. So I'm sure getting confirmation on that will be helpful. This is one of those team fights where finding an angle is going to be a bit tough, so you need to play a little bit further up. The Kart's now full HP. I was getting concerned the Kart was getting low HP, so thankfully you're able to nade it. Oh, nice. Okay, pay attention to your Imatra, though. That's going to be important. Okay. Then your team just started blasting. Everybody started blasting. Holy crap. No way you're going to be able to kill your soldier. Ooh, hey, maybe you can, because no one killed him. I don't know what their HP is because this is this glitch, but... Nice. I think you're... I can't. Just keep your tank alive. Nice. Good job by you and your mortar to keep your tank alive. And your soldier. You actually can win this. Good on a grenade. Heal your Imatra, just spam them up. See, like, it's funny because, like, even on Ana, you're willing to play these aggressive angles. That's why I got really confused with the way that you were playing. Because I'm watching you play, like, these, like, really aggressive, like, angles on Ana because you have to. And, like, you're so much more helpful to your team. So that's why it was, like, I think for some people it was frustrating watching how you were playing Kiriko and Illari. Because, like, now on Ana, we're seeing, like, a completely different player and how you're doing this. This is exactly what you would want to do on Kiriko and Illari when your teammates are playing as aggressive as they are. So it's... It's good to see. That's on your Sombra. Oh, wait, yeah, if you're the Sombra in that situation, and you have EMP, try not to just go into their backline and give them a free pick when your ability is, like, gonna win a whole team fight and keep momentum. I feel like sometimes players try to, like, force a kill when they don't need to at that point, where all you need to do is get a good EMP off and your teammates probably win this. That's who you wanted the Nano. Okay, so here's what we learned from this situation. Even if you have a bad Nano, because of, like, them walking in front of you, which technically, if you really want to, you can put on the verify the target. I have verify on now. It took me about probably a month of playing Ana to get used to, because it's just, like, so different than what I was used to playing Ana. But if you find that you constantly Nano the wrong person, just put on the verify one. It will show you the hero, and then you just click the button. But what I was going to go back and say here is just because you had a bad Nano on your soldier does not mean you stand in the middle of the open to, like, look at the soldier when there's a high noon happening. So just go hide behind a wall. There's a wall 2 feet behind you. You would have been fine. Instead, you die here, and now your teammates, you know, might be able to clutch it, might not be able to clutch it, but it would have been nice to have their Ana there, too, to help win, right? So, what's that with your midterms? Hope they go well. Yep, let's get it let's get up there further, though. This is look, you're relying on your teammates to fall back into you. Like, give your teammates the confidence that they can play aggro here. When you're sitting there, like, just hiding, I wouldn't even worry about your soldiers at this point. They're just too deep. So, like, let them do their thing. There you go. All right. Teammates should be fine. Moira got some heals off. I think your teammates are good HP. Let's kill the Lucio on Kart. That's going to be helpful. Now set up in a good position. Yep, back here to the right a little bit, though, because, like, you're going to LOS your teammate. There you go. Nice Ana grenade. Good job. Yeah, I mean, I'll be real with you. There's a clear night and day difference when you play this hero. Like, it's completely different. But yeah, you definitely do need to play more aggro on your angles. It just feels like you play super safe. Let's see how your defense on it is, though. Let's see how your defense on it is. I think that's important.
Stop the payload.
Aggressive Ana grenade. Nice job.
I won't let you fall. Enemy turret.
Recognizing the Torb's up there, so you're backing away. Not a bad play. Nice sleep. Good job. Now worry about your mantra. Try your best. I know it's gonna be hard with the diva there blocking your heals, but I think, like, okay, something you'll see me do, and you'll see support players who are really good do this. Like, and obviously, like, I mean, my support's gotten better, but the point I'm making is, a lot of times when you sleep that Torb, you know what I would do in that situation? I would sleep that Torb, and I would go to a spot where I'm just safe from the Torb. What you do is you sleep the Torb, and then rather than, like ping them and tell, like, you can ping them, but just back away to a safer spot. Like, end up over here. Like, be like, okay, Torb's there, I can't play this position anymore. I have about a 5-second window unless my teammates wake up the Torb. Let's get out of here. Let's go reset. So you have, drop from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I went really fast, but I was just kind of counting. You'll go here, and the next thing you know, you're in a safe spot. You're at a good angle. You can keep your Ramatra healed, feel safe from getting killed by them, and you're in a good idea. But your reaction was, okay, there's a Torb up here. Now I'm going to get stuck here. Now I'm here. Now I'm over here, and then you end up getting rolled. Or, like, your teammate ends up getting rolled, and you can't get into a good spot. So you see what I'm saying? So whenever you sleep somebody behind you, unless you're ready to, like, have somebody there to follow up right away, think more about getting to a better spot. Rather than, oh, I need to just, like, ping this Torb 1,000 times and let my teammates know what Torb's here without adjusting your positioning. That make sense? Basically, prioritize positioning at that point rather than killing a Torb because your teammates can't follow up anyway. Melandre, thanks for the 13 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. This is good readjustment on your position. I don't mind this. Try not to do an aggressive Ana grenade on the Moira because the Moira hasn't used phase yet. You're in the right spot. What's up? Okay, what's up? Okay, I don't know if that's on console. Like, what's that? What is this? Right here. What were you trying to aim at? Why not just zoom in at an angle and heal your Sigma? You're just, like, flicking your shot to the left to miss. So I just, like, confused as to what that was supposed to be. I'm not saying you would keep up your Sigma there, but like you can just zoom in because it's hit scan at this point. You're at a pretty good angle. No one on their team can really kill you when you zoom in outside of maybe the Tor, but you'll probably be better reacting time, and you have an angle anyway. So just zoom in, heal them. If they give you a problem, then back away and readjust your position. They were trying to quick scope, well, they didn't quick scope. That's why I got confused. A little bit of a suggestion here. When you're in overtime spawn and you know you can get away, you don't have to jump down a cart. Like, I would have left there about 5 seconds prior and already been back with my team. So now they all have to wait on you. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like, look where everybody is in comparison. Like, you're about, what, 4 seconds behind? So you would have been meeting up with them here rather than just, like, jumping on the cart. Keep in mind, I'm okay with it, but you wanted me to kind of look at everything from every different angle, so there you go. Did you do that for coolness points? Oh, okay. There you go. And then a great ult, aka the other team just fell off the cart. By the way, you asked the question earlier, like, if you feel like you're getting carried. I don't think you're getting carried. I just don't think you're... What's the best way to put this? Like, you're doing okay. You're not losing the game for your team. Look at it that way. Like, you know, maybe you watch games or, like, we'll spectate and, like, a player is just, like, feeding or they're just constantly making the incorrect play. I don't think you're losing the game for your team, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like you're just being carried and they have to, like, you know, put you on their shoulders and just go with it. Like, that's not what's happening here. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Anyway, let's see how your attack goes.
Spot the pave in sight, and this will go smoothly.
I don't know what counts towards the mythic weapon stuff, I'll be honest with you. What's the rank? I have to guess. They were previously Bronze 1. We watched them 11 months ago, so now we're watching them 11 months later, and we're going to see their progress and guess their rank.
Nodding off.
By the way, sometimes with your Honor Grenade, you're a little bit ambitious with the aggressive grenade. Just be a little bit more careful on that. Also, that Tor was stomping behind you for a good 6 hours. Try to react a little bit quicker to that reaction, that sound. Yeah, you rush your Honor Grenade sometimes. You need to figure out ways to find more value in those Honor Grenades. I've seen you miss quite a few. Are you asking when the MHA bundle is? The 17th, so I think Thursday is when that would be. I think.
Don't say, I see you.
Yeah, see those Honor Grenades? Like, those ones are the ones I'm talking about where you're just, like, missing. That felt like a missed opportunity right there. Like, you're just missing Honor Grenades. D.Va isn't even eating your Honor Grenade. You're just missing by a mile. So be a little bit more accurate with that. Are you moving... What am I missing here on this? Like, it's like you're flicking your shot to the left for no reason. And I don't know if it's just because, like... Huh, okay. That was a play by D.Va. I can't believe that got a kill. That whole sequence was amazing. I cannot believe that got a kill. It's either like you said, like a stick drift, or they're just like flicking their shots really aggressively left. You just saw it right there where they went to sleep them and they slept the mountain. Yeah, it's one of the two. Okay, so you lost the game and it didn't go as well. So, well, first of all, kind of go with what we think is what you need to work on, and then we'll guess the rank. So let's just start off with this. Your Ana playstyle was much better. I felt like you understood how to play Ana. It felt like you made some good progress. I liked how you played Ana. Obviously, there was some issues with, like, you know, sometimes your reaction to an enemy was a little bit, like, you'd want to see a better reaction to it, like when you slept a Torb and you kind of got stuck in place. Things like that. But overall, your Ana wasn't horrible. I would definitely try to figure out why you keep going, like, 20 feet to the left sometimes. Because there was a few times where you could just get heals. And don't be afraid to zoom in. I know, like, even when I play Ana, sometimes I don't zoom in a lot, and I do that because the reason why I don't zoom in sometimes is because I'm trying not to let the enemy know where I am. For anybody who doesn't know how it works, when you're zoomed in, it has, like, a trail to it, so you can see where the enemy is, right? And then when you're unzoomed in, it's projectile, so it's not hit scan, and they can't see your where you're coming from. So sometimes, like, if I'm out of position, or not out of position, but in a spot where I don't want them to know where I am, I will un-iron sight heal. But there's a lot of times where you're in a spot where they know you're there, you're at a good position, and they really can't punish you with their comp, and you just would choose the un-iron sight aim, miss a bunch of shots, and then go from there. So I want you to find a little bit more value in zooming in, and just remember that if you're in a good, advantageous spot that they can't really follow up on you, it's okay to zoom in. It's okay to hard lock zoom in. Like, just, like, zoom in and just stay that way. you know, it's obviously an easier shot to hit, but like there's a lot of situations where they were not going to be able to kill you, especially with your positioning. So I just want you to be a little bit careful on that, okay? On Kiriko and Illari, that's where you're going to have your major problems. It felt like on Kiriko and Illari, you played way too passive. You were playing almost like Ana. So if you're going to play a different hero, you need to adjust those play styles. Kiriko can play a little bit more mid-range, can play long-range depending on the comp, but like your tank's aggressive, so you need to be up there with your tank. You need to be ready to use your Suzu. When you're throwing 30-yard touchdown pass Suzus, you're going to miss sometimes. And they did. And then when you're on Illari, you need to get out of the habit of just sitting there and spamming like your shots every 2 seconds. Like, let the shot build up. There's times where you don't have to let it build up fully, especially when they're lower HP and you want to finish in a limb. But just stop spamming your button. Like, just don't do that. And then when you also want to be closer to your teammates, you're not here to play a long range or take angles away from your team, but in a spot where the enemy has to deal with you. So, a lot to work on there, but I think if you clean up that area, you'll definitely climb. Now, the next question is, where do I think your rank is? I don't think this is a Bronze 1 game anymore. I do think that what happened is their previous hero pool, they said they went and played DPS, so they came back to support, wanted to be a little bit better. I want to say probably Silver 1. I'm going to start with Silver 1 because there's a chance this somehow ends up into like a gold range, but I think Silver 1's a safe spot of you've climbed like a full rank, but you still have a lot to learn. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Now, looking at it now, their rank is, oh my chat, guess what their rank is? Silver 1. Right on the dot, Silver 1. Like I said, the reason why I did that is because I felt like because they went and played DPS, they ended up like getting more like, I guess, like confidence in their hero pool. So they ended up switching their hero pool a ton, and then you could see that, and then when they returned, they have some good plays, but then they also just need to adjust play style. So that's why I said they climbed a whole rank, which is really good, and then they have a lot to learn, which would mean around Silver 1, right? When you climb a whole rank like that, you learn a lot, and you go up a full rank, different play style adjustments, but you still have a lot to learn. So good job. You climbed. Less than a year, a full rank, you're well on your way. Just take a lot of what we talked about, and I think you can climb. You absolutely got this. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all three YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord as we do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam, also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.